How's it going, ladies and gentlemen? That's right, I'm back. And I'm going to do 3 drafts in a single day. They're going to be put up in definitely different days. So don't get too concerned if you think I'm wearing the same clothes for a bunch of videos. I'm literally doing these all in one day. Get them done, out of the way. But first, intro time. That's right, intro everybody. Ladies and gentlemen, Arena today, the Shadows over Innistrad remastered set just came out. I pre-ordered it a couple weeks ago, beginning of March, and that gave me 3 draft tokens. So that's why I wanted it. I got 10 packs of cards of Shadows over Innistrad remastered, but I also got a golden pack, and I'm going to open that up in a separate video for YouTube. Don't forget, my YouTube channel is Zero Trade and Value Productions, and if you're watching it on my this video on my YouTube channel, thank you so much. If you're watching it on the XWW YouTube channel, at some point these videos will be going up there. Double thank you, because I get to show you how much of a nerd I really am. We are going, though, today we're going to do a Phyrexia. All will be one Premier draft. That's the first of the 3 that we're going to do today. And I'm going to use the gold I've been grinding here for that very same purpose. Oh, I think I need, yeah. I'm like, why can't I hear the music in my head? This was the exact moment where I did not know that I screwed up and screwed my recording up. No voices here, so from this moment on, you will see it's just, I don't know, a logo or something like that over my face. First pick, pack 1, pick 1, was Red Sun's Twilight. It's not a good pick, so to speak, but, you know, it's a rare, and part of these drafts is to get rares and to build your 4X collections up and just to get them all down. And then we get past the Bladehold War Whip, which is a key card in the Boros equipment deck. So I am thinking, okay, we're going to go into Boros equipment here. And then Charforger is a linchpin for the Rakdos Sacrifice deck, but I wanted to take it safe and get the Indoctrination Attendant, just in case the equipment doesn't line up and I have to fall back into Toxic. So in pack 4, I'm thinking Prophetic Prism, but then I choose Chimney Rabble, I'm pretty sure, and I'm upset that I didn't take the Prophetic Prism, because it probably would have done a lot more work. It's a tough choice, it's a tough call, but, you know, Chimney Rabble it was. And then this pack was a Duelist Deep Faith, because of the Toxic one, just in case I had to fall back into Toxic. That would be a little bit better if I were to do that. Then, Veil of Assimilation almost became the pick, but I chose the Gleeful Demolition just in case I get to do some cute things. Oxidative Finisher, you know, just in case, once again, hedging bets in case I get into equipment. Vanish into Eternity for removal, because I'm noticing I'm not getting any. I like Molten Rebuke better than the Nahiri's Sacrifice. And we take the Furnace Punisher as a hedge a bet. And then we hedge our bets again with a Charforger, I think. I'm pretty sure I take the Charforger. Yeah, I take the Charforger just in case. I'm not liking the way pack 1 is gone, and I'm thinking I might have to back out of the Boros equipment. So let's, you know, hedge our bets a little bit and take the best cards available to us and see where pack 2 takes us. Well, we immediately open a Black Sun's Twilight, a Rebel Salvo, but no other equipment, and I'm starting to get really concerned that I might have to go into Rakdos Sacrifice at this point. Contemplate taking the Wellspring, not going to take the Skitterling. But I think I take, yeah, I think I take the Anointer, because if I'm going into the Rakdos Sacrifice build, we want oil counters. So that's kind of the start and hedging a bet once again. But eventually you got to stop hedging bets here. And I take the Badarsh, and I'm like heavily considering the equipment still, and then the flesh cutter gets passed to us. I'm like, all right, I'm full in equipment now. I have 3 equipments, along with another Bladehold War Whip getting passed. So now I'm just firmly, finally, and I'm almost in the middle of Pack 2, stomping my feet into Boros equipment. Doing some adjusting there, and I take another piece of removal in the Vanish to Eternity. I almost take the Mycosynth Gardens, but I decided to take a Veil of Assimilation instead, because we are playing artifacts, and equipments are artifacts. Not really happy with any of the cards in this pack, but I take up a Darsh because we need equipment now. At this point, we're getting to the moment where I don't care about what type of equipment I'm taking, as long as I'm taking something equipment-wise. I almost take the Salvo, but instead the Aspirant is a better card because it lowers our equipment costs and lowers the cost of equipment. I take the Skull Bomb here, the green one, because I want 1 Skull Bomb at least. And even if you get an off-color Skull Bomb, it's good to draw that card, even if you can't use it. Almost decided to take an Ox of the Finisher, but I take the Orthodoxy Enforcer. It's a little bit of a better creature on the tail end. The Zealot's Conviction. I debate between that and the Rebuke, but I'm like, I'd like the Zealot's Conviction a little bit better. Could have taken the Sinew Dancer. Instead, though, I just took the uncommon to get our Vault Progress going. And then we open a Phyrexian Vindicator, and I'm like, oh my gosh, what is happening here? What is life? And then we get past another Charforger, and I'm regretting almost, but then we see the Splitter, and I'm like, all right, cool. We're getting there with the equipment. Volt Charge or the Lightbringer. I chose the Lightbringer because it's a creature, and it does play well with the equipment. And then I'm like, ooh, there's a Hexgold Slash, one of the best removal pieces in the format, but I don't have a 2-drop equipment, so I need that more than the Hexgold Slash, and I know it's brutal to say. But we get rewarded with Jor-Kadeen, which cares about equipment. And then we get past another Hexgold Slash, so I don't feel as bad about having to pass the 1 Hexgold Slash. Almost take another Cutter, but I need the 3-drop Gold Helm. I need to start working on my curve at this point, because before that I only had 4 3-drops. And now it's a nothing pick for Vault Progress, and I think it's another nothing pick until I see Basilica Spellbomb, and that's going to definitely take the place of the green Spellbomb that we had already taken. We take the 5/5 Menace Reach because it's not that bad of a card, especially in this format. Nothing pick. So I pick that to complete 4 X's and to get Vault Progress going. I take the Soul Blade Scamp once again to complete that and get the 4X for that. Always take the uncommon, I think, at that point. And then, you know, we just deal with what we do. And I have a very tough decision ahead of me when it comes to making the draft. And this is the deck that we wound up going with. And ad time, that actually worked. Gameplay has been super sped up here. We keep a decent open 7, and we're going first. We got a 2-drop, a 3-drop, some removal. So we're just going to try to play fast and aggressive here, and hopefully our duelist can get in for some decent damage. And we do have a 3-drop now, so we've curved out pretty nicely here. And we're already getting hit with removal, which is okay, because then we just bring in Lightbringer. Now they have the Flincing Raptor, but we have a Molten Rebuke on our way, but I want to see if they want to make this trade. They don't. So now we bring in the Enforcer. On their turn, hit their 4th land, and I'm thinking they're pumping, but they don't. They just go in for the attack, get the Toxic. Now remember, Lightbringer's got Ward something. Now we have a 5-drop, and we have a choice here. I'm just going to go in for the attack. They take the damage, and we just bring in our 5-drop Adarsh. They draw a card only, which is great news for us. Because that tells me they're hurting for either land or spells. So they once again attack with the 2/2. I'm thinking we almost have this on a lock. They get rid of our equipment, but we Hex Gold Slash their only creature on the board. And we just swing out and we present lethal next turn. And we have it with the Rebuke. They're 4/4. Combats, and they get the concede, and we're on to game 2. Game 2 now. And we have to mulligan the 6, but I like the 6 that we kept. So we just, you know, and I think I noticed them getting paired with a Platinum or a Diamond competitor, and I'm like, how did this happen? But let's see how good our skill set is. As we put in a Duelist of Deep Faith. Once again, we get hit with that Anointed Affliction. They Spell Bomb. We get hit for 2 and a Poison. And now we have a choice. I can't Vanish to Eternity. Their creature. I need 3 more. Let's get a blocker that will actually survive. Never mind. Vraska's Fall tells us no. So now we're really far behind. We have 3 poison. We're at 16 life. So I think the only thing I can do is just get a presence on the board. Get the 3/4. They can't attack into it. Sure, we had to kick a land back to our hand, but I'm not that concerned with it. So they kill our 1/1 by sacrificing 2 life. Now I have Hex Gold Slash. So I'm debating, which one do I want? I think I want to slash the 3/2. Or hold off on it. I hold off to see if they want to trade with something. Maybe I can get lucky and get rid of their whole board. So I'm going to go for a 2/2 with Trample, and then Hex Gold Slash their 3/2. Presenting a very bad block for them. Because I also noticed they missed the land drop the last 2 turns now, I think. They Augury, which tells me once firmly that they are missing land drops and they desperately need it, and they found one. They take a bit of time to figure out what they want to do. They have 2 black open, but they can spend 2 life with that convert to get a spell out, and they do that. But I'm going to Vanish to Eternity, the equipment that copies things, and I think just going in for the attack is the best part. If they want to trade their 2/2, I'm fine with that. We don't have any equipment. We're not doing that game this turn. We're not doing that plan this turn, this game. And it tells me further, again, they draw 3 and lose 3. That's how far behind they are. So right now, I'm going to Infected Flesh Cutter. And I had enough mana to equip it. And I'm going to attack with it. And now they have no creatures. At this point, we can equip, as long as we have mana to equip a 1/1, we can do so. Now, I just go in for the attack, knowing my 5/4 is going to die, but we have the Ox of the Finisher. And we have mana for it. They get to look at the top 3, put 1 in the hand, the rest in the graveyard. I'm pretty sure they put a land in hand, but we just bring out a 7/5 Trample. So now they have to get rid of 2 creatures here to survive. There's 1 creature they got rid of. Now they can block with another, and there's another. So now we're kind of in trouble here. But I'm thinking, once again, we just plan it out. We'll attack with both. Because we technically wipe their board. We have enough to keep the Flesh Cutters going. And to keep the 1/1 mites flowing in our favor. But I'm also noticing now that we've slowed down a fair amount. And that's not good for us. Because now they return a card from their graveyard to the hand. They're going to get rid of our might, taking our plan completely out the window. We get a Barbed Batterfist. And I'm going to equip the Infected Flesh Cutter to it. I want the next piece of removal they have to go for that 5/1. And now they have a 5/5. And now I have a Phyrexian Vindicator in hand. And I just need a swamp. I need a Plains. 1 Plains wins us the game. And I'm like, well, I got to present lethal somehow. So let's do that. Let's bring in a land. Let's make sure we don't Batter Fist the 1/1, because Batter Fist gives +1/-1. And as long as we have an infected flesh cutter with a creature, we can kind of make creatures as long as we want. Zealot's Conviction presents me a problem. It has flash and it's going to give something +1/+1. I'd like to make another 1/1 Might token. I think they're going to block with the 2/4 or the 1/4, and I'm going to win this combat. I'm not expecting them to take an oil counter off their artifact to turn it into a 6/6. So I was not expecting that. Great play on them. I'm debating now, though. Do I use it? They have an empty hand. It's a 4/2. It still dies. I do nothing. I just hold on to it just in case. I got rid of one oil counter on that artifact, so they can only pull that trick on me one more time. And we are stalemated, as they have a Blade of Share Souls. Again, another one. How did they get two? I have no idea. I guess they're a luck sack. But now they copy their Raptor. And I am in real deep trouble here. If I basically don't find a way out of this conundrum I'm in, or if I don't start top decking a plains or another creature or something, it's not going to be a good time. I do get the Enforcer, which is great, and I do have the conviction to back it up, but I feel making a 6/4 to counteract their 6/6 artifact is the way to go. So I'm just presenting it. Hey, come in and attack with your 6/6. We'll equally assure destruction our creatures. You'll be out on top, but I'll still have the ability to make another 1/1 Might with Infected Flesh Cutter, and they do so. Now they Blade of Share Souls, and they try to do the Strider, and I don't know what happened. Even looking back on the footage, and I look back on it a bit while editing this, because of the voiceover I have to do, I still don't know what happened to them. So if somebody can leave it in the comments down below what exactly happened and how that transpired or what they were trying to do, it'd be deeply appreciated. I go down to 13. I draw another mountain. I'm not too happy about it. I almost rage attack here. Well, actually I do, because I keep forgetting I have Zealot's Conviction in hand, so if they block with just one creature, I'm winning this combat. So now it's a 5/2 with First Strike. So we got rid of one of their 1/4s. And now they attack with Unctus. And I just take it. I can't block with anything. I'm thinking I was dead that turn through pumps and whatnot. But so far, we're both stalemating, and almost shockingly, they concede. And I'm thinking, I thought we had a couple more turns left. As we hit game 3, 4 lands, a 1-drop, a 3-drop, a 1, a 2, and a 3. Not the best curve because we have so many lands, and then we keep drawing into more lands. Not too happy about it, but our Duelist of Deep Faith, 3rd game in a row that the first creature we bring out gets immediately killed. Contagious Vorak, though, is an all-star in the format for green. Monumental Facade, who also happens to be our United States champion at XWW. I said it again. Playhold War Whip, we now have a 2/2 with First Strike. I mean, Double Strike, I'm sorry. That's First Strike and Extra Strike, you know. So it gets to deal damage, first and foremost. So they bring out the Gardens, they bring out the Skitterfang, and I'm like, that's bad. That's real bad. So what do? Do they give it Lifelink Flying, Death Touch, Vigilance? They'd opt not to do it, which is the first time I saw that happen. I'm like, do I block? No, I'm not winning that engagement just yet. We do have a Hexgold Slash, though. I also now want to see if they want to trade, I think, the 2/2. Because it has Double Strike. So we will win this combat with the 2/2. I go into their turn. We deal 4. I can't vanish because it's a creature, not an artifact. It's an artifact creature. I contemplate drawing a card. I pass the turn and I put a stop right before their combat. to attempt to Hex Gold slash the Skitterwing. I feel like that's my only out at that point. And they take a bit. Mind you, I've sped this footage up at least 50%. But they let it go. And now I'm concerned because they have open mana up. And they did nothing to save their Skitterfang. And now they're going into more time. So meaning that they are thinking about what they're doing next. And it's concerning me greatly. Because I have no idea what they're about to do or what they're going to attempt. All I know is that they're taking a lot of time thinking about this. And they didn't disconnect. I know that. I've been there before where you're just looking at your grip full of cards going, what's the best course of action? And sometimes that takes a bit. I even checked to see if I was still online. They attack. I have no blocks either. I debate, do I Basilica Spellbomb? They Shrapnel Singer to get rid, I think they get rid of the Bladehold. They have to sack a creature, and I think they get rid of the Bladehold. Odd line they took, but I can't fault them. So now I'm going to Basilica Spellbomb the 4/4, draw a card. Unfortunately, it's a Plains. But I do have now, next turn, enough mana to vanish into eternity, whatever they want to bring out. So the game is up to them. And I'm thinking, they're thinking a lot again. So what do they have? They have to have some kind of combat trick, and they're figuring out when's the best time to deploy. It's just swinging for 2. We take it. And it's an Anointer. So that's the line that they were thinking of. So now they have 6 power on field. But I'm going to just get rid of their 4/2. I can take 2 damage. And now they have the Argenta Manticore. We have the Skyline. But I think at this point, we're done. Like, I kind of get the feeling we're dead. They're going to get rid of my 5/5 and just swing in for 7. We stalled out too much and drew too many lands, and there's the removal. Now we're up to 8. I'm like, maybe Obliterator comes into play? No, we get hit for 11 because of a pump. And now next game, do we keep this? And we did. I have no idea why I kept that, come to think of it, now that I'm looking at the game. What were we thinking? Apparently we weren't. And now we finally get around to a turn 3 creature. A 3-drop is our first spell. Then they Flensing Wrapper, and I actually think we're in a good spot here. Because we can Bladehold War Whip for 1. Hex Gold slash their 2/2. Swing in. We can take the Bladehold, whip it to the Aspirant, because that Aspirant has Menace, and Bladehold would give it Double Strike. I'm thinking, what were they doing with that? And they gave it Indestructible. So now I just Badarsh, get the 4/3 out, and tell him, try me. I'm letting you figure out how you want to go. And now I really contemplate putting the War Whip to that, putting the Badarsh. I should have put the Badarsh to the 2/2 and made it. Oh, man. No. Okay, Duels of Deep Faith. That's why. That's why I wanted it. I was like, I think I screwed up. I should have put the Badarsh on there. I left 4 damage on the board from that. So now we're at 14. They hit us for 3. They Annihilating Glare once again. And I think War Whip, but we have to full pay War Whip. But at this point, we've put him at a 2-turn clock. 1 turn if I put the Badarsh on. If my 2/2 survives. Now they draw a card. Lightbringer. We can Basilica Spellbomb, but I'm thinking best course of action, Barsh, Spellbomb. Did we just win? That was literally my train of thought. That's what happened. I was like, we just won. Even I wasn't even expecting it. As we level up and we go into the next game, we got lucky on that one. This one, we got the 2-drop in the barbed batter fist, and then the infected flesh cutter, and then we got lucky with the Bladehold Whirlwind. I'm not blocking at all. And I think I'm just going to swing in for 3, see if they have a piece of removal in hand. As I patiently wait, almost get stunned that they do a throw possibility. Then we Bladehold Warwhip and see what they do on their next turn. As we patiently wait for what? Cease Blade Scamp? It's Canker Bloom. So they can pretty much get rid of an enchantment or an artifact, I think, as well. So I just swing in and see what they're going to do. We're presenting 7 damage to them right now. So I'm expecting a block, sack, destroy target artifact, which was the Warwhip, which was great. That's what I was expecting. Then we Flesh Cutter, and we put the Barbed Batter Fist on the 3-1. I'm presenting many problems to our opponent right now, and they have to solve it every one of their turns. They can't get ahead. So I'm going to see if they trade up, and they do. So we Warwhip again, and then I put the Flesh Cutter on the Warwhip. I'm telling them I'm going to hit 8 damage. And they attack with a 4-4. But I think they were not aware that that had first and double strike. That had double strike. So now we're going to make a 1-1 might, hit him for a lot, and basically present lethal on the board. They have to get rid of 2 of our creatures, and they couldn't. So we win again. Good win for us. We hit that magical 3 to 4 wins, I think, and I point this out. I want to be in between that 3 and 5 win range. Yeah, so now we're at 4 wins. If you hit that 3 to 4 wins, you know, you want to be in between 3 and 5 wins as we go into our next game. And this is where I wish I didn't have Phyrexian Vindicator in the deck, because now I play around for the possibility of a turn 4 Vindicator. Most of you people that are watching that are very well versed in this game already have cringed with me that I thought I could get away with this. Spoiler warnings, we don't. So fast forward a few minutes if you don't want to see the me getting demolished. Justifiably so, I might add. So no third planes, so there goes the plan. It was like such a long shot plan that I was going for, but it would have been so sweet getting Vindicator out on 4. They're out on 4. And we're paying the price for it heavily right now as a Glistenous Sunslayer is on the field. I have no removal to get rid of this. So I'm boned. I've made many mistakes. I've messed up completely. And say it with me, folks. Never try to get Phyrexian Vindicator on turn 4 when you're playing a dual 2-color deck in draft. Phyrexia will be won ever again. Now you can think that you can get that out on turn 4. That's great. You have to play mono white. It has to be mono white. No dual color whatsoever. You're chasing something that's never going to happen. And I have to play a Skull Bomb and sack it for just a card draw. Get no land. Let's get rid of their... We get rid of their toxic creature because we have the Hexgold Slash. We might as well use it. We are so far behind. Not only just on lands, but on board presence as they get an atrocity. A Tyraxian atrocity. And we get lit right now. We're down to 10. We have 3 poison counters on us. And now we didn't even draw a creature. So I have to Infected Flesh Cutter. I think the Jorkadine, I mean. And that's what's going in my head right now. Do I Infected Flesh Cutter? This does make me draw a card. And we get a 1/1 might. That can't block. But we're going down to 3. With 6 poison. At minimum. Phyrexian Atlas on the field. I'm like, alright, we might be able to untap and play next turn. We might be able to do something. And then Unctist's Retrofitter, making the Phyrexian Atlas 4/4 as long as we control they control Retrofitter. And we do not draw removal, we draw our 5th land. That's not a Plains for Phyrexian Vindicator. So I go over to my head, I'm thinking, alright, I can't even do that because now that Phyrexian Atlas is a creature. I go to give him a good game. It doesn't work the first time. Have to do it a second time, and we have to concede. There's no way around it. We got yoked up on that one because we got greedy. 3 lands. Halfway decent curve. And now we play our Barbed Batterfist. And we're waiting for it to die. There's too many stops going on at this point. Footage is sped up. Yeah, there's the edict. Yeah, as I said, we're waiting for it to die. They had to stop. And now, hybrid, but I'm like, you know what? 2 can play at that game. I'm a Hex Gold slash that hybrid. I can't have that on the field. They play their 4th land, and it's a Rat King, and I'm like, oof. We're bad. We're in trouble right now. We're in bad trouble. Well, you see me laughing too. I'm laughing at this. That we're about to get ratted. And then double Blightbelly Rat, and we just what? And the way this works now, if I'm correct, Blightbelly Rat has Toxic 1 and then Toxic 1. So we give him a good game after they get rid of our thing. Blightbelly Rat is going to give us 4 Toxic. Kyramax is going to give us another Toxic. We would have been at 6 Toxic and like 10 damage with no creatures on board. So yeah, it was just, they got us really, really good on that one. And folks, I'm going to end it right here. As we set up to, basically, I explained, we hit 4 wins. We only paid 100 gems for this draft. We got a couple packs of cards. We got some cards that we got to draft. There's about a minute left in this video. What happened was when I hit that button so I can hear, it shut off the mic for some reason on OBS. It works on the next recording, but I have to edit that one too because I drop a lot of F-bombs towards the end of it. But we do, we get our 1,400 gems. We get our 3 packs, and we're about to open them up. Golden pack is for later. I want the 3 packs of Phyrexia. My mouse hates me right now. So we get the 3 packs of Phyrexia. We get, in the rare slot, Vindicative Flamestoker. Pack number 2. We get Ichor-Moon Gauntlet, and I gush over the fact that I have the oil slick foil version of that. And then we open up our last pack, and it's another Commander All-Star, I think, in the Mind Splice Apparatus. That's a great card as well, and Commander. Just want to help, and much love to y'all for watching here. My name's Dom Douglas, and may your top deck always be mythic. ExtremeTVOnline.com, $4.99 a month, first 5 days are free. What are you waiting for?